is your name?
My name is Ruby Jewel Bolt Spivey.
And what year were you born?
1920.
And where were you born?
I think it was Calhoun, Georgia.
Okay. And that's where you grew up?
Grew up in Lindale, Georgia.
Okay. And brothers and sisters?
I had 3 brothers and 1 sister.
And were you close?
Very close, extremely close.
Do you have a favorite childhood memory?
Yes, I do. Getting to sing on the radio with my sister, who was 7 years older. And she let me sing on her program, and I thought I had died and gone to heaven.
Did you enjoy high school?
Yes, I did. I was very active.
What did you do? What were some of the activities?
What all did I? Mostly music activity I was in. Mostly that.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember that most of that's what I was involved in.
What happened after high school?
After high school, I got me a job. And matter of fact, 2 or 3 jobs that I had and that I enjoyed doing. And singing a lot. I had radio programs that I sang on and advertised for different companies, you know. And a girls' quartet. I had a girls' quartet, and we sang. Started off singing with the Lady Pepper Company, and then we sang. It was a popular songs that we sang on Saturday afternoons on WRGA, and then on Sundays I sang with Spivey singers. My husband sang with the group, and we sang. I think about 9:30. Anyways, before church.
That's where you
and
met your
WPDQ,
husband?
yeah. I met him in a singers convention, and on a program that I was on with the girls that I sang with, and so I told my dad, I said, he don't know it, but he's going to be one of your sons. He said, now he might have something to say about that. I said, just watch me. And actually, that's what happened, really.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you saw
He sang too. So we were always running into each other at different places. So we actually, when I think we sort of made it official, we were singing at a youth rally. This lady got up and she's trying to get people around the Floyd County area sort of get to know each other. And she had that at a church, and so we both were invited to sing on that program. And when the program was over, I walked up to my husband. He was telling me about sometimes some things happen that, well, a matter of fact, the boy that's supposed to give the main address said didn't show up. And so my husband gave this little talk, and he said, he was never shy about speaking in public. He said, we don't always know what God changes things. And we wonder, well, why did this happen? I was supposed to do this, or I was supposed to do that. He said, but God always has a reason for all these things, and we have to learn to trust him. He said, if I hadn't sung on this program, and that he was on at that time, and I wouldn't have met a girl that I want to marry. Well, when he finished, he made such a good speech about relying on God, you know, for things, and till everybody, all the girls sort of fell in love with him. So when he was over with, all they gathered up around him, you know. Well, he looked like he was enjoying himself a little too much to suit me. So I went up and run my hand through his arm there and established my territory. And he knew exactly what I was going to do, so he didn't say anything about it when we got home. And he said, well, what was all that little doing you at the end of the program when you came up there? And because I hadn't really encouraged him that much. I just did not want to. He's 5 years older, and once he graduated from college, he's ready to settle down. He had a good job traveling. Of course, that didn't suit me too well. And I just was not ready to get married and have children. But after they started gathering around him, I thought, I'm going to fool around here until I'm going to miss probably the best boy I'll ever know. And he looked like he was having a pretty good time with all that attention she's getting. So I went up there and established my territory right fast. And he said, "Well, does that mean we're engaged?" And I said, "That's according to how you act from now on." Well, the next week he comes bringing me a ring.
And how old were you at the time?
Oh, let's see, we were together 5 years. Probably 19 or 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how soon thereafter did you get married?
Well, he got a job traveling, and I could see him meeting somebody else. And not too long. I can't remember exactly how long, but pretty soon I sort of made up my mind that I wasn't going to let somebody else get him. And I was, after all that to do at that beginning that night when they all came around hugging him and telling him how great he was, and he looked like he was having a wonderful time with it. I decided I better put a stop to it.
Well, and how long were you married?
56 years.
Wow. And kids? Did you have kids?
One child.
Okay.
Who is now a federal appeals judge. I need to put that in there now, you know.
Okay.
And got a wonderful voice. He sings everything we sung, but he's always sung all of his life, and so he's got a really good voice, and so he's, and this year in April, they have a big operatic convention. It's sort of a tradition, and let me try to think about what the country is. But anyway, he was, that's the only thing I've seen him impressed with, though. I said, "How did you he said, Sam had a lot to do. You know who I'm talking about? Sam, this sings up here, he's got a tenor voice, black guy. Sam was on that program, and they usually select 2 from each country to represent the country. And I think that was the case too. I think that Sam sort of recommended him, and my son's a baritone. And he kind of was proud of that. But that's the only thing he's ever seemed like it impressed him, because he's sung all of his life, and it just doesn't impress him that much. Now, getting to be a federal judge did.
Do you have a favorite song?
I kind of go more for religious music. I mean, as far as me try to think something. Have thine own way, Lord, have thine own way. Thou art the potter, I am the clay. Mold me and keep me after his own, while I am waiting, tempted and tried. See, I didn't rhyme with that too well, but yeah, I like that. Yeah, I do.
That's very nice. What are you most proud of in your life?
Being a mother. Being a mother, absolutely. Being a mother, because I was told I could never have children. And let me tell you, I took real good care of myself when I was pregnant, and my son has always been a joy. Yes, definitely. But I had a great husband, I had a great son. I've had a good life. I have had a good life.
That's wonderful.
But I've also had breast cancer. I have had a lot of health problems that I've had to overcome. And I got let's see, how can I put this? Smart mouth that I don't mind using when I have to. The reason I know that, my niece told me one time, she said, "You know, I can think of a million things to say to people when they insult me. I get my feelings hurt," but she said, I think you're gifted with it." She said, "You can come back the fastest of anybody I've ever seen." So I'm going to take that as a compliment. And let me tell you the latest thing now. She's got a new puppy. Guess what she named it? Guess what she named it?
Jewel.
Right. I said, "You're not going to call that little donkey Joy." She said, "Well, we had to take another little sort of name on it, so we called it by an initial, something J." And I said, "Don't be running around there whistling for that dog, and I might hear it and come running."
Is there one bit of advice you could give to other people that you've learned over the years?
Yes, tell the truth. Tell the truth. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I like that.
Absolutely.
Is there one historical moment that stands out to you?
When I had my son, I suppose that would be because I was told I could never have any children. And he came, and of course he's been my joy ever since. You know, he's always done things that make me feel proud of him. And I had a great husband too. He just was a good person, a good man, and he didn't chase around on me because he knew better than do that. I'd kicked him out the door too fast to talk about. Actually, some guys come through one time that's talking about Hillary Clinton, and I said, "Well, she wants to be First Lady," and I said, "If I'd had that bill for my husband, he'd been kicked out the door 2 minutes after he started having affairs." And I think my husband knew that. He did know that. He knew that. That I would not have put up with.
And do you believe in God?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I probably pray more than anybody in this building over every decision, over everything I do. Help me to make the right decisions. Show me the right way to go. Help me find something. If this is in my room, God, help me find it. And if I can't find it, I know somebody's taken it. Now that's just how much confidence I've got in that. And I'm usually right. Yes, I guarantee you that I don't think that there's probably anybody up here that doesn't believe in the power of prayer any more than I do.
It sounds like you've had a very good life.
I have.
And
I have. I say that to everybody. I think God's blessed me enormously. I really do. With achievements that I've gotten and with things I've gotten into. But then I trust God. And I ask for His guidance. I believe in the power of prayer. My mother, and my oldest brother's a minister. My second oldest brother was they wound up being these things. My second oldest brother was a police captain, obeying the law. Also, he was a really good baseball player and boxed. He did a lot of things like that. I played safe softball on a girls' team for my company that I work for. But my career has been I've been a secretary most of the, besides teaching music, I was a secretary. I went to school for that.
What's the farthest away from Georgia have you been?
Oh dear. See, my son, travels all over the world. And I've got a lot of friends do, but I have no desire to do that. And let's see, the Bahamas. I did take that trip so I could say I'd be out of the country. But I haven't been in Texas. I went to Texas one time, stayed a week. That's it. That's it.
Final question. How would you like to be remembered?
I'd like to be remembered as someone with strong convictions who depended on prayer for decisions made, and someone who told the truth, regardless of how it hurt or what. That don't always sit good with people, but I'm truthful. And I'm proud of myself for being that way.
That's a very
well.
good thing.
My niece told me one time, because she calls me every day, and she looks up to me, I think, beyond anybody. And she says, you know, I can think of a million things to say to people that criticize me or say something that I wish I could say something, cut them down with, or just, but she said, I think you have a talent. She said, you can come right back the fastest of anybody I've ever seen in my life. That's not always a good thing, but unfortunately, that's my downfall. But I'm telling the truth.
Well, Jules,
but I can laugh at myself sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for sitting down with me.
Well, you're very welcome.
I appreciate it.
I hope
Thank
you don't say that lady's out off the hook. She brags too much, and she.
No, that was wonderful. Thank you.